Hi everybody, welcome to Get Indie Gaming. Today we're counting down the 10 best indie games we played that launched this May. Please be sure to hit that like button and let us know which ones you like best down in the comments. At number 10, out towards the middle of the month for the PC, PlayStation 4 and the Xbox, Forgotton Ann takes you into a hand-animated fantasy world where everyday objects are sentient and where you harness magical forces to help your quest to return home. While undeniably beautiful to look and listen to, it's let down by clunky platforming sections and a second-half narrative that doesn't match its fine beginnings. Up now, and in our 9th position for May, we have the third outing for the Runner franchise out on the PC and the Switch. Sticking to the tried and tested formula, Choice Provisions delivers a fast and frantic experience with a difficulty level that's on the high side. It's not to the point of in-your-face nastiness. Runner 3 rewards practice, patience and perfection. In very much a throwback to our youth, the side-scrolling beat-em-up genre was a staple of that time. With Raging Justice, we're back in the hot seat with an arcade fighter that's full of charm, if perhaps not the finest example of graphical prowess. What matters here, however, is the gameplay, and it's the couch co-op version that has us placing Raging Justice in this month's rundown. Mind you, it won't be for everybody. New players might think this a little stale, although if you're like us, these games offer special memories, so it's well worthy of an impulse buy. At number 7, another one harking to an earlier age, Fox and Forests is a fine tribute to those 16 and 32-bit games from yesteryear, with its visuals and sounds, together with its mechanics, playing like a game from such an era. We found the puzzle platforming sections a real surprise, as is the ability to shift from spring to a winter setting, which you'll use to get through most of the stages. With a flick of a button, for example, a water section turns to ice, meaning your character can jump on and progress. The sprites are vivid, as are the backgrounds, and come heavily detailed with an impressive range of colours. At times the game does feel a little bit stretched, and while there are better examples of this kind, Fox and Forests does what it does very nicely indeed. At number 6, with Unforeseen Incidents, we have a classic, long-form point-and-click adventure game from Backwoods Entertainment. This one launched late May onto the PC. Aside from the quirky, hand-drawn art style, something we simply adored is the writing and the humour, which is up there with the best of anything we've seen like it in this particular market for a good few years. The two of us played this one together, and while doing so we made copious notes as we went along, looking to embed ourselves into the story as best we could. The puzzles are enjoyable, the voice acting superb, and the game, while somber in tone, has many laugh-out moments, together with a cast of characters you'll remember and empathise with long after the credits roll. Another one that came out late in the month, at number 5 on our halfway point for May, Moonlighter does a rather fine job of mixing together shopkeeping and roguelike dungeon crawling. You play as an adventurer who heads off into dungeons in order to find loot and treasure to sell in your shop. It's a simple and yet effective gameplay loop that rewards those moments where you say you'll play for 5 minutes more and then suddenly it's 2 AM. Every once in a while combat can feel a bit hit and miss, particularly in relation to some decidedly dodgy hitboxes, although for us at least it wasn't enough to knock its overall appeal. Anyone looking for a head-scratching practical puzzler will be well looked after by getting hold of Shift Quantum, a continuation of the Shift series with its 3D visuals and new gameplay mechanics. The backbone of the game remains unchanged, and it's your job to work your way towards the level exit by successfully navigating across the stage. We love the visuals and the sound, and while there's plenty content from the standalone campaign, the inclusion of a community-level creation tools add plenty reasons to keep coming back. Shift Quantum can be found on the PC, the Switch, and the Xbox One. In our third spot for indie games we played in May, Pillars of Eternity came out onto the market on the 8th for the PC. While we're only 15 or so hours into it, with perhaps the same to come in terms of finishing off the main objectives, we've been enthralled by the dialogue and character development we've seen thus far. This, coupled with the beautiful art and sound work, with more than 90 minutes of fully orchestrated music. This means the team behind the game have delivered something all RPG fans should get plenty of from playing. With 3 scheduled DLCs and hours upon hours of adventures to tackle, there's little doubt in our minds we'll be coming back to this on many occasions. In the runners-up slot, we have Farlow Sales, which sees you and a hulking land yacht making your way across a barren, dried-up seabed in a wonderfully zombie-free, post-apocalyptic environment. It's beautifully atmospheric with its grey and red colour scheme, together with the score, offers a sense of the melancholy throughout, and yet come the end, it's an uplifting overall experience. Puzzles are intuitive, with the standout sections being driven by weather effects, be they dramatic hailstorms, lightning strikes, and erupting volcanoes. At 5 to 6 hours of steady playtime, Farlow Sales reminds us of a journey-like experience, and likewise delivers a similar message. This one comes highly recommended. Our number one indie game for this May comes from Villa Gorilla and will surely be one to feature in our end-of-year best of countdowns. Yaku's Island Express is a clever mix and mash-up of a computer-based pinball experience thrown together with an overwrap of an open-world Metroidvania. As we stated in an earlier review here on Get Indie Gaming, it's wonderfully charming to look at and listen to, with the different playstyles perfectly complementing each other while offering an enjoyable and rewarding platforming gameplay. While there are elements that see you having to play certain aspects over and over, once you unlock the fast travel option, these concerns disappear. Ultimately, Villa Gorilla have delivered quite the unexpected little feel-good gem. And with that, it's time to say cheerio, and we'll get cracking on our next set of videos for June. With E3 only a few weeks away, while traditionally not the strongest month for new game launches, there's certain to be plenty indie game news and info making its way out of LA over the next couple of weeks. If you would like to keep up to date with such news, please go ahead and subscribe, and while you're here, why not click on that thumbs up button, and perhaps let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Many thanks for watching, and as always, we look forward to seeing you again here soon for more indie game videos.